is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
I just wanted to express a flat-out thank you, Tom. I've learned more about trading from you than about any other previous 3 or 4 books I've read combined, and I just wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you because you've helped me make a lot of cash, man. There's no two ways about it. Not only just through insights, but just the things that I've learned from you,
cool,
and being able to call trades on my own.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. It's December 1st. Is that wild or what? I'm telling you, times are flying. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all the love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it a goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you're learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 25, NASDAQ up 5, S&P's down 2.5, gold contract down $2.40, trading at $1,743 an ounce. Silver down 36 cents at $32.69 an ounce. Platinum up $2 at $1,561 an ounce. Copper down 3 pennies at $3.52 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $99.97 a barrel. Bonds down 16 ticks at 141.01. King dollar down 9 ticks at 78.39. The euro is up 15 ticks at 134.67. And the yen is trading out at 77.72. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Just call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do we have? Okay, so we are at 1251.09. 1251.09, you get over the 1247 of yesterday. You close right next to it. Bottom line, I suspect we'll be up here and test more than likely again tomorrow. This did get over the high, closed underneath it, 800 million shares. Doesn't have the juice at this point. We'll see what those jobs numbers do tomorrow. My take is that, we actually won't make the 1292. We could get into the 1277 with a spike in the morning. That's on your S&P. We go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow, the way the Dow's set up. The Dow looks to me like it does want to hit that top. The Dow is at 12,020. 12,284 is game. We'll see whether it can do it. You can expect the move we had today. That's expected, folks. You're up 500 points in one day. You can't expect, if the market flattens out. That's the bottom line. NASDAQ Composite. Now, the Composite's saying quite a bit. The Composite, we did 1.8 billion. Versus 2.4, you're going into about 2.4, and then the Composite is no doubt weak. What the Composite did is that it closed over the high of yesterday, though, which is 26.20. You're at 26.26, and that says the Composite also can do another gap. That gap could go bring you right into that 26.94 level, which would be where we gapped up on the 27th, and I suspect it would stop flat in its tracks right there. We go over and we take a look. Now, the dollar, folks, is still moving the whole market. And let's go look at the dollar next, okay? If we take a look at this dollar, this is what you have with the dollar. Okay. Dollar today does 21,000 contracts. Flat market. What we did yesterday is that it was pushing into yesterday's, which is 30,000. 30,000 was pushing into 33,000. It was pushing into 37,000. That's building cause to get into higher price. Bonds. We take a look at the bond market. The bond market's doing the exact same thing. What bonds did out here is that yesterday actually was pretty amazing. We came down. You came down with lighter volume. Today we came down with lighter volume. I'll bring up the new contract. Bottom line, though, is that you're coming into a huge day of strength, which is on November 1st. These bonds are making building cost to get this 147. And the 147, we'll see whether it can just overtake that whole area. And the whole area that I'm talking about, folks, is it takes over the 147 with volume. You are going to see move topside into the 160 area, which is pretty incredible. Let's go to Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Tom, is it a gorgeous day outside or what?
Man, I thought it was freezing this morning. I haven't been out there since. But, yeah, I can't wait to get out in some of that sun, man.
Tom, I'm driving in my car right now. I'm heading over the bay and back home to Tampa because I work in Clearwater, but I live in Tampa, so I'm crossing the bay. It's about 70 degrees outside, clear blue sky. I saw a couple of dolphins jumping in the bay. Tell you, my friend,
Sweet.
That's why I never leave the state.
Yeah, I know. What Dave's talking about, it's so beautiful seeing those dolphins. It's insane.
It's gorgeous, man. It's just, I was born and raised here, but every time I think about moving somewhere else, I ask myself why. Why would I move anywhere else?
Yeah, but, no doubt. Yeah, well, I can tell you that every time that I actually get on the plane and have to work somewhere else, I can't wait to come back in and see that water and as you're coming into Tampa Airport, man. I mean, because folks, we do live in a special place down here. And I'm talking about even for all of Florida. I mean, it's just beautiful here. It really is.
I've lived in every big city in the state of Florida throughout my life. And,
have you?
Yeah, I lived in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I lived in Orlando.
Okay.
I lived in Jacksonville, and now I live here in Tampa. And hands down, in my mind, the west coast of Florida is the place within the state of Florida to live. Not that Miami's not great. Miami is awesome. But it's a different vibe over there. It's a big city, northeast energy type vibe. And I prefer a little more laid-back lifestyle.
Well, you know what's wild is that, Angie and I, we love Miami too, and I love it. But I like this lifestyle here. And, folks, if you want to hear, this is pretty wild, how new, really, Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa area is. When I say new, I mean that we were talking to some friends. They had some friends over for Thanksgiving. And they were telling us they moved down here in 1994. And even in 94, there was only one shopping center in Tampa, and, it wasn't a big shopping center. And they say that's how, it totally makes sense to me. Do you know what I mean? Because where we live, that bridge going in over to Clearwater Beach, I saw pictures of it, and it's only like 30 years ago that was a dirt road, and it was a wooden bridge. And now, folks, if you ever seen it, it just wouldn't. That blows my mind. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. This area has exploded with growth in the last 10 to 15 years. And that's the great thing about it is the infrastructure is new for the most part. The roads, the developments, places to go eat, shop, whatever it is you want to do, it's now gotten big enough to have just about one of everything you would like or more, but not so big that you have big city problems.
No, I'm with you. We got one of the dentists telling us that the weather's better on the East Coast during the summer, but no, it's not, Danny. Because I lived in Boca Raton. No,
I grew up down there. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not even close. I know.
Yep.
It's too hot. We're in the middle of Florida. So I guess it depends what part of the East Coast you're on. Hey, so what are we getting in the oil market now, or what?
I'm telling you, Tom, I did some today, my friend, and I am just like I'm doubting myself, and I'm curious for your input. Got stopped out, as you all know, on the ERY and the QID. Took a look intraday at the DX chart and kept looking, at least on the 15-minute. It kept rejecting the lower price and lighter volume. So I said to myself, the dollar wants to go higher, it looks like. So I bought back the QID and I bought back the ERY. What are your thoughts?
No, that's good. That's good. And, folks, what happened, we get stopped out of the ERY, and we didn't get stopped out of the XLE. And basically, I try to get those things not as close as possible, but the bottom line is that if we go to the XLE, it got over the high, had lighter volume, gave it up, and, the ERY, it's good, period.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got time for one more?
Sure.
What about the euro? It looks like it's over the 34, 32 resistance, or it seems to want to hold it. I hadn't had a chance to look at the chart intraday. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I said to Steve earlier, bottom line is that if you're not short, I wouldn't be going short here. I got to make it by the morning. The way this is set up, it looks to me like, you are going to get another spike. That spike at the 135, 1.3533 can spike. It can spike, man, because, see, what you have inside the euro, folks, is this, is that we went straight down, you know, from this 142. So a normal retracement on this, Dave, does bring it really up to 138. So,
right.
I mean, I'm short, and I'm staying short. I got to stop in. We'll see what happens, whether it spikes up in the morning or not. It's
okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds like a plan. Hey, listen, I was listening to your intro. I don't know who that guy Dave is on your intro, but he sounds pretty good on the radio.
Hey, I know, man. Hey, listen, this is even funnier. This is you're gonna love this. This is hilarious. Well, you're in the den sometimes. Yesterday, right, when you were calling, a couple people in the den, they said, "What is this guy called 2 hours before the program starts?"
Yep. As a matter of fact, I do. Hey, Tom, I want to thank you from the heart for taking my phone calls, putting up with my never-ending questions.
No, man, you kidding me? I love you, man.
So appreciate it. Love you back,
brother.
Tom. Have a great day.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. You gotta love the Tiger family, folks. All the tigers and tigresses growling and prowling. Okay, so let's go over and take a look at the UK. What we had over in the UK out here today. First, we look at the FTSE. What you had with the FTSE, FTSE gets over the highs, closes underneath them. When I say the highs of yesterday, folks. Now, what you want to wrap your head around is this, is that even the FTSE, high volume came in the FTSE. But when you get high volume, and then you get to a higher high, and the volume dies, and this died big time, and close underneath it, and you haven't hit, and this is the key, folks, and you have not hit the swing point, you can go all the way down the other side. I've seen it dozens of times, okay? So this is going to be a big number tomorrow, because if in fact that's what you do, what you'll have then is you'll have two separate times, meaning the first one is October 27th. You get over the high, couldn't handle it. The next day it went a bit higher, and then all of a sudden the FTSE went from 5,700 straight down to 5,000. We go to the DAX. We take a look at the DAX in Germany. What we had with the DAX in Germany, she didn't get over the high. And now with the DAX in Germany, she just backed off. The high in the DAX yesterday was 61.30. Today we did 61.11, and she just backed off. Well, what was intriguing out here today is that it's pretty wild. You know, you didn't have anyone over in anyone, let's put it this way, in power in Europe talking about that, yeah, the Eurozone can break away. Well, let me tell you, today, folks, you know, good old Ben, he basically saved their butts for a few more days. What you had out here today is the French President Sarkozy did basically a major speech. What this speech was, folks, was more of a political speech, because he was in front of 5,000 of his supporters, because there's going to be election there next year. And his quote was that he said the 17-nation area would risk exploding if members failed to converge on fiscal policies. Well, let me tell you something, folks. They're not going to converge on fiscal policies. And it is going to explode. It's just going to be a matter of when it's going to explode. We're going to be right back.
X-Story